Hey, welcome back, friends. Okay, so now it's time to go ahead and do our manicure for next week. And I'm going to do some chrome and some chrome stamping this week. But first I'm going to start off with Maniology's Ballet Flats, which is B231. So that's going to be my base color that we're starting with this week. So what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to give all these 2 coats, and then I am going to come back and check in with you all. So hang on tight. Okay, we're back. And everything now has 2 coats of Ballet Flats on it, so we're all ready to go. Now, in order to do chrome, for me, and I know there are other ways, but the way I find it's easiest to do is after I put my base coat, my colors down, is to use gel polish. Now, chrome sticks, and I'm going to use this that I got from Amazon. It was pretty cheap. I'll link it in below. This is number 6 because I'm doing kind of a rose gold. So chrome sticks to shiny. It does not stick to dull or matte. So for 3 of my fingers, my thumb, my middle, and my pointer finger, I am going to do a design, a chrome stamp. So I am going to start with a matte top coat on all 3 of those. I'm going to use my Model 1's Hema Free. I'm going to go ahead and top coat those 3 first. Okay, so I'm going to grab these. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm just going to put on a nice thin layer of matte top coat. Okay, and I want it to be obviously as smooth as possible. Yeah, so I'm just going to do these 3. Got to kind of remember here. So get these on. Make sure you get your edges because you don't want any shiny. Okay. This last one over here. Okay. We'll get that on. Now for the other 2, I'm just going to chrome the whole thing. So I want a shiny top coat so that the chrome will stick. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my Model 1's Hema Free regular run-of-the-mill top coat. So it'll give me a shiny finish. Okay. See if I can get this one out of here. There we go. And again, thin top coat so you can get a good cure. Okay. And now the pinky. But not so thin that you have dry places. Okay, so there we go. And it doesn't look like there's any lumps anywhere or bumps because we all know chrome will show it all. So I'm going to put these in and I'm going to let them, and it's a little wide, so I'm going to have to do these twice, but that's okay. So I'm going to put these in my new Melody Susie. It's the P+20F. It's portable. I wasn't liking the way my old lamp was working, so I wanted to do something different. So I'm going to put this in and then I'm going to turn it around because it's only got this small area where if you're just doing your fingers it works great because you put your thumb in here, but since I like to do mine as press-ons, it doesn't quite all fit under there on one time, and that's fine. I could get a smaller thing if I wanted to and it probably fit just fine, but I'm going to turn around and let it go twice, and so when I'm done with that, we'll be right back. All right, those are done. So I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't get stuff all over it. So as you can see, I've got 3 that are matte and 2 that are shiny. So I'm going to take the shiny ones and put them over here right now. And what I'm going to do with the matte ones is just to be overly cautious. I'm going to take my really destroyed buffer block here. And I'm just going to make sure that the edges are all buffed, that there's that I didn't miss anything. And it doesn't look like it, but I like to be extra careful on these because if you don't get it right the first time, you got to start all over. So I'm just going to buff these three real quick, just to make sure I didn't miss anything and everything's good for a good take. Because like I said, chrome will stick to anything shiny. And so you're probably thinking, well, then how are we going to do this? And I'm going to show you how we're going to do chrome stamping. And it's really easy once you get this part. But if you don't get this part, you are going to have to start over. So there we go. Those have all been buffed. I'm going to take and just kind of fluff it off. Oops. If it stays on its stand. That is the other thing that I sometimes have problems with. And so I'm probably going to have to go back and buff that again because I might have gotten some, right there, some human oils on it from my fingers. So there we go. Put that down. Brush that one off. Make sure it's got all the dust and everything off of it. And brush that one off. Okay, so what we're going to do at this point is we're just going to stamp for the most part. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of this pretty rose gold and we're going to put it right on this stamper right here. Okay. It doesn't take a lot. You just want to make sure you've got enough on there to cover whatever the stamp is that you're going to try and pick up. Okay, so we are going to pick up this one from my thumbnail. My scraper card here. There. Okay. And then we're just going to pick this up like we normally would. Clean off what we don't need. Okay. All right, there we go. And then we're going to go over here and we are going to put this right on top of the thumbnail as best we can. And we're just going to kind of hold it there. And then very carefully lift off. And then you're going to have this really pretty design right there. You can blow some of the extra off. All right, and then put that puppy down and let it dry. And what we're going to do, like I said, on our stamp is we're going to use these alcohol pads, these wipes. These are single use. I get them at the dollar store. There's 100 in them for like $1.25 now. So, you know, they last quite a while. Get our stamper back in position. Make sure it's good to go. Let it dry while we clean off our plate. Get a little bit more alcohol there. Clean off the plate. Okay. And then we're going to look and see what we're going to do for the other two. So we're going to do, let's see. I like this one. I'm going to do this one, I think. So we're going to do that one. We let our stamper dry. So I'd only use one. If you're going to do a lot of chrome stamping, you might want to use a couple, 2 or 3. That way you're not waiting for it to dry. Put it on a lint-free. You can see there's a lot of extra on there, glitter. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a second wipe to get some of that extra glitter off so it doesn't, by chance, transfer to my design. There we go. I get a second paper towel over here, and I am just going to blot it. There. Now there's not hardly anything on there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get that done first because you want to have that done because you got to get your stamp picked up as soon as possible. So hopefully you're seeing this. There we go. Put that back over to the side. We're going to pick our stamp we want to use here. There we go. And then you can see, sometimes you can see it a little bit between the stamp. Mostly it's going to be hit and miss. And you hope that you get it on your, and then pull it up gently. There. Pretty that is. Okay. Again, we're going to set that down and let it dry. Clean off our stamper again, so it's got time to start drying. I always do that first. I always clean the stamper off first because you want that to get dry enough so you can move on to your next one. All right. Put that right there. Clean off our stamp, our plate. Okay. Good. Take that and just dot that right there on that. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and load it up again with some more powder, some more chrome. Okay. There we go. I'm going to set that right there. And we're going to pick up another design. And I'm going to go with this little bit smaller one here because this is going on my pinky. I don't want something that's going to, you know, be overbearing. There we go. And voila, here we go. Beautiful. Okay, so for this manicure now, when you're done with this stamp, I'm going to clean it off though, so I can do the other hand here in a minute, off camera. I'm just going to do this one first. So go ahead and clean that off, just like I normally would. Clean everything up so I can get it ready for the next one. So I'm going to put all this over to the side, my trash and everything, because I always got trash. So, okay, so what we're going to do next with these two, though, is we are going to take the pot powder, and we're going to put it on. I just like to dot it on first. And then just start rubbing it in. Always go back with your finger and rub it in some more if you need to. And this is where I get all messy. I get it all over my fingers and everything. But there we go. I guess that's actually my pinky. And then here we go. Now, in order to not smear your designs, because if you were to put smudge-free top coat or anything else on these stamp designs right now, it would smear everywhere. So what I have found through trial and error, and there's others out there that may have a better plan, that may have something that works better, I have found to go back with the gel base coat, not top coat, base coat. Okay, so we're going to go back in with a base coat over all these nails to make sure nothing moves. So again, just a very thin layer of base coat, and that just kind of holds everything in. I wonder if I got too much. Probably should have been wiping my brush off. So here's the thought. Wipe your brush off, because you can see how my pinky went all glittery, which is okay. It looks pretty, but it's not what I wanted. Okay. and clean off your brush. That way, hopefully you're not contaminating your other nails with powder. And one of the reasons why I let the designs that we stamped sit is so the underlying nail polish could dry. There. That's better. It's not nearly as glittery. So I'll have to remember that for next one. So, and then we're gonna again cure these for 65 seconds on this Melody Susie. It's a 65-second cure. So we're gonna put those in there, and of course I'll have to turn them around because it's not wide enough for all of them. There we go. Okay. All right, so now those have all had a base coat on them. So now we're gonna go back and top coat, okay? And I'm gonna use the shiny top coat. So that is our next